Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Not at the studio today. It is my off day, but I still wanted to get you guys a video on the latest news and rumors that surround this basketball team and the injury updates that we're getting from OG Anunoby. He spoke about his injury. Tom Thibodeau spoke about the OG Anunoby injury, so we'll break that down on today's video. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up icon and subscribe to the channel, no matter where we're at, no matter what we're doing. If news comes out, we're going to get you guys a video as soon as possible. So subscribe and hit that like button on today's show. We're going to talk about OG Anunoby, as he did look like he kind of re-aggravated that elbow injury in the game, in the win last night against the Portland Trail Blazers. There was a possession on the defensive end where Anunoby kind of poked the ball away from DeAndre Ayton, and immediately after he did that, he kind of just ripped his arm back, started to hold his elbow, and you could hear a loud scream on the game audio. If you go back and look, I have the video on my Twitter. You can check it out at @MarshallGreen_. Anunoby screams and looks like he is in a lot of pain. And then for the next couple of possessions, he's kind of just letting his arm dangle. Kind of, to me, looked like he lost a little bit of feeling of that. He was almost dangling it like his shoulder kind of popped out of socket. But as we know, it is the elbow that has been bothering him. He came out of the game, but then you return for the second half. And then every single time there was either some sort of force had to be exerted by his right arm, whether that was shooting, whether that was making a pass, whether that was a free throw, whatever it was, Anunoby looked to be in serious pain with that elbow. He shot 3 jump shots following that injury. Well, really 1 jump shot, 2 free throws. Missed the first free throw. It was short. He didn't really extend that arm. Kind of alligator arms, a little Terrell Owens action with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys, but he didn't extend that arm. He did make the second one. The form didn't look good. And then I remember he shot a 3 from the top of the key. That was short, and the shooting motion did not look the same at all. He did have a couple of dunks, including a 2-hand reverse dunk where he looked all right. It seems like just certain movements at this time of his rehab are starting to trigger some pain and make him feel a little bit worse. This is what Fred Katz reported that Tom Thibodeau said. We'll go to Tibbs' quotes, then we'll go to OG Anunoby's quotes. Tibbs said the Knicks expected OG Anunoby, who was holding his surgically repaired elbow and grimacing throughout the game, to have moments like he did tonight. Stuff like that is going to happen, Tom Thibodeau said. He also said we were expecting there to be bumps and bruises like that. It's crazy because OG Anunoby was still the best defender on the floor with 1 arm. This guy is just an absolute game wrecker on that side of the ball, but I'm not so sure that you can get away with essentially playing 4-on-5 on offense against teams that are not named the Portland Trail Blazers. We'll see how this continues to evolve and everything like that. Hopefully it's nothing. And that's kind of what OG Anunoby said, quote, "It's just sore. Nothing really happened. Just went for a ball and it hurt randomly. But it's fine." So the discomfort tonight was from rapid movements that you can't recreate in practice. So he said, it's just sore. Nothing really happened. Just went for a ball and it just hurt randomly. But it's fine. And the rapid movements are kind of what made him go into some discomfort that you can't recreate in practice. It just seems like as soon as this team, every single time, starts to get back on track, starts to get the good vibes rolling, starts to get the mojo and the win streak and just good basketball being played, another roadblock gets put out in front of this team. Obviously, OG Anunoby is not 100%. And for him to say nothing really happened, I'm not calling him a liar, but something absolutely did happen. We heard you scream in pain during the game. Also, you didn't look like this against the Philadelphia 76ers on Tuesday. You looked like you were 100%. Then come Thursday, that happens, and then you're pretty much playing with 1 arm after that. Maybe he's just going to have to play through the pain. Maybe that's just where we are at with this OG Anunoby injury. And hopefully he can be 80%, 90%, whatever it is. The New York Knicks, they need him out there. He completely changes this game. He is a game wrecker on defense, and he is a guy on offense that gets quality shots, makes quality shots, and creates easy opportunities for himself, whether that's cutting, spotting up in the corner, and we've seen that mid-range jumper that he's had and showcased from time to time. But at the end of the day, he says, it's just sore, nothing really happened, just went for a ball, and it hurt randomly, but it's fine. So the discomfort tonight was from rapid movement, but that you can't recreate in practice. Tom Thibodeau said the Knicks expected OG Anunoby, who was holding a surgically repaired elbow and grimacing throughout the game, to have moments like we did tonight. Stuff like that is going to happen. We were expecting there to be bumps and bruises like that. I just want to see this team healthy. You just want to see this team healthy. Hopefully they can get there, as the NBA playoffs are about a month away, as those will get kicked off on April 20th. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Free, informative, entertaining updates every day on the New York Knicks. If you get any more information on OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, whatever it is, we'll get you guys a video on that as soon as possible. Subscribe and turn the notifications on. Mitchell Robinson did make the trip, the West Coast trip with the New York Knicks. I saw him on the team plane. Not so sure he's going to return for this trip, but Tom Thibodeau did say a couple of days ago that is he expecting for Mitchell Robinson to be cleared for contact here pretty soon. And that would be a huge lift, and that would give the Knicks one of the best front courts in the NBA. I mean, the way that Precious Achiuwa has played since being traded from the Toronto Raptors has been something that I don't think anybody expected. He has arguably been one of the best Knicks players since the All-Star break. Isaiah Hartenstein's look good. He continues to nurse that sore Achilles tendon. I think that sometimes affects him more than a lot of people think. I thought the beginning of the game last night against Portland, he was kind of slow and sluggish, but maybe once he got into space, and as my guy Mr. Walton used to say, motion is lotion, and maybe that kind of got him ready to go with that. But the Knicks front line, if they get healthy, they're going to be tough. And Mitchell Robinson brings just a ferocity, strength, defensive mind, and attitude, and the best offensive rebounder back to this team. I do want to talk a little bit about Josh Hart. I'm a huge Josh Hart fan, but I can also be very critical of Josh Hart because I know the type of player he can be, and sometimes I think the mistakes he just makes are very avoidable and they're self-inflicted. But I think everybody watching this show knows that I'm a huge fan. Bought his jersey for a reason. I've been loud and proud supporting for him. The way that he has played basketball following the NBA All-Star game, he's been one of the best players in the NBA, averaging 16 points, 12 rebounds, 5+ assists, shooting better than 44% from the field and almost 40% from downtown. I'm not so sure the Knicks would still be competing to get to that 3 seed or 4 seed and host a home court playoff series if Josh Hart was not able to play the way he has since the All-Star break. He has been electric. He has just really carried this team, man. It's been awesome to see. He's been awesome. Shout out to Josh Hart. And, of course, Jalen Brunson did what Jalen Brunson does last night. 45 points, put the team on his back, 14 to 30 from the field. Big shot after big shot. Whenever the Knicks needed a bucket, they looked number 11's way, and he did what he does. Knicks are going to need him to be at his A game in the playoffs, especially if Randall's going to be nicked up and OG Anunoby's not going to be able to be a full go. Teams are going to focus in on Brunson. They're going to let Anunoby shoot if he can't, and they're going to try and win that battle. I got trust in number 11. That dude is a dog. Needs to keep it going. Shout out to Jalen Brunson, the king of New York Knicks basketball. OG Anunoby. He says it's just sore. Hopefully it's true. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. Give me a real one down in the comments section. We'll be back on Sunday with another video. And we're live on the channel on Monday for Knicks Warriors. So subscribe, turn your notifications on, and let's go Knicks.